Hey everybody, welcome back to Cash Budget Insights, where I'm working on seeing if this whole cash budgeting thing really works. I'm personally working on tracking every dollar using a zero-based budget, meaning that I give every dollar of my income an assignment. I decided to finally jump in and give this budgeting method a try. Due to my daughter's chronic illness, we have increasing medical bills, and also to control and keep myself accountable on some of that emotional impulse spending on her really bad days. I would love to have you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. That's a free way to throw a little support my way, and it really helps encourage me to keep going. If you haven't heard it today already, I want you to know you're awesome, valuable, and you have a purpose. Let's dive in. So today I'm going to be doing online spending reconciliation. If you watched my other video for December, it was a little bit of a train wreck. But that's okay. That's how we learn, that's how we get better, and that's what I'm focused on. I am hoping a few months from now, this process is going to be pretty smooth. And I can tell you right now, this cash budgeting envelope system is not made to handle online purchases. Now, of course, we can come up with processes and systems to help us do cash budgeting in a digital age, but it is much harder. And that's actually for me a pro, because online spending is definitely something that I want to rein in. So the fact that it is so tedious and a little bit of a nightmare to get all of this money back to the bank, it really makes me think twice before I make an online purchase. So I have, I think, about 7 categories that I'm going to need to pull from. So the first thing I'm going to do when I make a purchase, I track it on my expense tracker tied to the credit card or checking account that purchase came from. I then immediately come over and I mark it on my online spending tracker. So these are all things that I spent online that should have come from a cash envelope. The ones that I still have to reconcile or put back in the bank are the ones that don't have a check mark. For my own purposes, I have highlighted like items just so it's a little bit easier when I add them up, but that's definitely, not a requirement. That's just something additionally you can do visually to help you identify like categories. So for instance, for me, I did grocery in pink. When I see the pink, I can add all those up and deal with those all at once when I'm pulling the cash from the grocery envelope to go back into the bank. With a lot of these transactions taking place in December, I just did so much online spending in December. So that made this a little bit more challenging as well. My goal for next month is to try to keep this down to maybe 1 page, maybe 2. Right now, I've got almost 2.5 pages of online spending, and that is just too much to keep track of. So for January, I definitely think that'll be one of my goals, is to keep these online spending purchases down to like maybe 1 or 2 pages max. But of course, I'm giving myself a lot of grace because this is the first month I'm doing it and it's December. I don't really know what I was thinking with all these online purchases and starting cash envelope system in December. It's been a little bit of crazy town, but we're getting through it. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is look for like purchases so I can pull those all out at the same time for each envelope. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start with pharmacy. So I'm just going to go through and add up all of my pharmacy items so I can see how much total I need to put back in the bank. Now for each purchase, I typically round up. I would say like 90% of the time I round up. So if I spent $40.61, I'm rounding up to $41. That's going to leave a little bit of a cushion in the checking account and or credit card that I am putting this money back towards, which I am totally fine with. So starting with pharmacy, I'm going to go ahead and add these up really quick. All right, so I've added up my total for pharmacy and it's $275. So I'm gonna go ahead and find that envelope, which I believe is right here. Okay, so I'm gonna take that all out and I think I'm just gonna go ahead and try to do envelope by envelope here. The first thing I wanna do is make sure my tracker is up to date as well. So I just wanna make sure that all of these items are actually on my tracker. So now that I've confirmed that all of my items are accounted for on my tracker, I'm going to go ahead and count out $275 to go back into the bank. All right, I'm so sorry about that. Part of my video got snapped. So I was just in the middle of balancing out my pharmacy envelope. So I had a lot of purchases I made online. So what I did was I have $800 of placeholders still, and then I still have $71 in cash. So that is what is in here right now for my pharmacy. And I got my tracker all balanced. So I'm just going to put that back into my envelope, and that will actually take care of pharmacy. And I'm so sorry that my video cut out. Basically what I did was just tallied up what I had in my envelope and what I owed. And I will be returning $50, $60, $75 back to the bank. And that takes care of all of my pharmacy ones. So I just went in here and I checked those off. Next, why don't we do grocery? Grocery is one I would like to get dealt with. So for grocery, that is in my wallet. Actually, let me look. I think I have one for fun. Let's see, fun, I can't do fun yet because I don't have any ones. Okay, let me do grocery then. Although I'm not sure grocery has ones either. But here is my grocery. So for grocery, let's see. I am going to add these up really quick. Okay, for grocery, I need to pay back $489, which means I should just have $71 in here when I get done. I think what I'm going to do is return $400 right off the bat to the bank. And then for my $100, I'm just going to put that back and get a 20 and change. And that is going to leave me my $50.71, which is what I still need in this envelope. I actually already balanced this one out, so this one is good to go. So I have $71 basically for the rest of December. So I'll put this back in my wallet. And that will take care of groceries. And I'm just going to mark those off really quick so I know what's left. Grocery, we had a lot of groceries. Okay. All right, then we're going to have, let's see, I'm going to see if I can do out to eat. Out to eat, I owe 16, and I definitely have some ones I can get rid of. So let's check. 35 minus 16 would be 19, and then we did plus 35 would be 54 is what should be in here. But we are going to pay back 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, which is great because that will get rid of some ones. 20, 40. I think I'm going to go ahead and also give back these 2 5s and 2 20s for a 50. And then we will put back the 10s and the 1s. Okay, and that leaves me 54 in out to eat. Okay, and I will check that one off. All right, let me go ahead and do fun. Fun, I owe $11. So that's going to be right here. So we had 60 minus 11, which is 49. And then plus 10, which will be 59. All right, for this one, I think what I'm going to do is actually give a 20, and I'm going to get back $9 because I don't really have, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then, let's see, I don't have another 50 in here, so I can't condense that. All right, I think we'll just leave that for now because I do some smaller purchases in my fun money. So I should have $59 left in here, which is 20, 40, 50, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yes. So fun, I still have 59 in here. Okay, and groceries is done. Let's see, mark that off. Okay, so that page is completely done. So what do I have left in here? I do have home goods. Home goods. Actually, let me do household. Household is right here. So let me grab that out of my wallet. Okay, so for households, I have 15 plus 19. So I owe 34. All that I actually have is $21. So I'm going to put the full 21 back to the bank. And then I think what I'm going to have to do, and what I was thinking through, is I'm going to have to borrow $13 from my miscellaneous envelope. Oh, that is actually in my wallet. Okay, so we'll go to miscellaneous, and I'm going to need to get $13 out. So 10, 11, 12, 13, and that's because I overspent in my household. So there's 10 and my ones. Okay, and we're going to do minus 13, and this is going to be household over. Okay, so let me go ahead and put my household back, which is now at 0, and I won't be contributing anything else to this for the month. So that category is done. I also owe, it looks like $4. Let me make sure. Check those off. Where did I see? Household. Thought I had, oh, here it is. Miscellaneous $4. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to check that off, and we will also put a 5 in and get back a 1. So that will be done as well. And then let me do my math really quick just to make sure this is all equal. All right, so we should have 58 left in here, and we have 50, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. So we still have $58 in miscellaneous. That will hopefully get us through any mistakes that I still may make in December. All right, and we've crossed that off. Okay, we have, this is actually an empty line because I messed up. Home goods. Home goods. Did I not do that one yet? Did I? Home goods, I think, is in here. Home goods, we have, let's see, I owe $53. Okay, so we'll do, let's see, it looks like I have another, do I have another home goods right here? Okay, so this one is going to be interesting. Let's see, I have 20 minus 53, which would technically be negative 33, minus 21, which is a negative 54, and then I did plus 40, so I'm actually negative 14. So this is all going to go back to the bank. That is $60, and I still owe 14. So that means I'm bringing back out the miscellaneous envelope. Okay. See, thank goodness. I think when you're setting up and you're just learning what you need to do, this is just going to happen. Okay, so we're going to have 58 minus 14. So this is going to be down to $44. Okay, so I need to give, I'm going to have to break a 50. All right, so I will get back $36. So we're going to put in the 50. We're going to get 20, 30, 5, 6. Okay, and we will get that situated in here. And then let's see, we have 20, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, which is exactly what we should have in miscellaneous. Okay, so I'm going to put that away. That miscellaneous has saved me twice now. And these are things I can review and plan more appropriately next month. So for this one, I'm just going to say miscellaneous, and we borrowed 14, which gives us a 0 balance for home goods. So home goods is done as well for the month of December. So that takes care of home goods and home goods. Okay, the last thing I have is clothing. And it looks like I just owe $29 in clothing, and then we will be good to go. Clothing is actually in here, so that's not typically one I use all the time. So let me grab that out. I'm going to go ahead and balance this. Okay, so when we're all said and done, okay, we need to owe 29, so I'm going to pay 30. So we'll do a 10 and a 20, and we'll get back $1. And we have 50, $75, $76, $77 left in clothing. All right, that was a great one to end on because it actually worked and it was balanced and I had the money in the envelope. I didn't have to borrow from miscellaneous. Okay, all right, and that actually takes care of all of the money we had to pay back for online purchases that I made, and this money will then need to go back to the bank. So I'm going to go ahead and count that up with you guys really quick. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 50, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 10, 20, 5, 10, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is $723 that will be going back to the bank for online purchases that I have made during the month of December. A lot of this was groceries. I had some things for our house, some clothing. So just different purchases that I've made in the past like 10 days or so that I have to reimburse from envelopes. And this is great because I now know using this method, I have a couple envelopes that I cannot spend any more money out of, which is home goods and household. Those are completely empty for the remainder of December. I want to thank you guys so much for taking time to watch my process in how I basically do online spending and have been dealing with these transactions. I hope to get better at this over time, and I'm really excited to share my journey with you guys. I hope you have the most wonderful Christmas with your family and the people that you enjoy spending time with. I hope the holidays are good to you, and as always, I want you to know you are valuable, you have a purpose, and you're awesome. So I'll see you guys next time.